If I'm going to get back to my handicap of 9 from over a decade ago, I'll need to have a dialed touch around the green. Being able to chip, flop and pitch the ball as close to the hole as possible is one of the simplest ways of cutting strokes off your scorecard. Having the right tools for this is a must, and this is where I'm going to spend the most amount of time considering what I should have in my bag. Having borrowed a 56-degree Vokey since picking up the game again, I'm very keen to choose one of my own. Not only that, but a 60-degree would also be a much needed addition for help around the green. Those delicate shots with the 56 have been pretty tricky. I already have a 52-degree gap wedge, and my pitching wedge is set at 46 degrees. So now I need to add to this and plug up some of the holes in my game and lower that handicap. And this is what that channel is about, me trying to get back to single figures after not playing a single round of golf for the last 10 years. So hit subscribe and join me on this journey. Buying golf clubs isn't something I've done lately, and things have changed quite a lot. So if I want to find myself the ideal wedges to finish off my bag, first of all, I'm going to have to think about what I need out of those wedges, and then I need to figure out the best way of finding that club that fits that need. In this video, I'll talk about how I did just that, and then tell you about the wedges that I ended up buying and why I chose them. I've been using this 56-degree Vokey SM7 for my first few rounds back. It's been so-so around the green, but I know that I'm going to be using a 60-degree for those shots in the future. Really, I need this more for when I'm around 100 yards away from the hole. But how far do I hit a 56? To check the distance, I hit 7 shots into this green from around 105 yards. So here's the 7 shots that I've just hit in for about 105 yards. This one was a massive thin, so we could ignore that. But these, all pretty consistent. Not bad, considering I haven't played for 10 years. A friend of mine recommended I check out the Titleist Vokey website for a starting point of which wedges I might actually need. You can punch in your handicap and it will suggest a wedge combination for you. Interestingly, as my pitching wedge is 46 degrees, Titleist suggested going with a 50, 54 and then a 60. Now, a 50 and a 54 degree isn't something that I've ever thought of, but it makes a lot of sense. This would keep the distances between the clubs far more consistent for around the 90 to 120 yard approach shot. Not only my full shots here, but then my half shots are also going to be just as calculated, in theory anyway. One of the top items on my must-do list of improvements to my game is getting my yardages as accurate as possible, and this looks like it's going to help me achieve that. So let's take a look at my options of where I can get this process started. You aren't exactly limited by how you can pick up golf clubs nowadays. For second-hand listings, you can use local buy and sell groups on Facebook or the like. Then there's online platforms like Golf Bidder in the UK or Golf Avenue here in Canada. Then of course there's your local pro shop, a larger retailer, or even there's direct sales. The local pro shop has the benefit here of convenience. I'll be here all the time, and if things need to change, they'll be on hand to help me out. And I can even try these clubs on local greens that I'll be playing on. But the downside is, since COVID has hit, some pro shops may not be able to demo out clubs like they used to, and their choice is certainly going to be limited. And I need a lot of choice so I can make this decision in one day and just save time. Direct sales is also an option, and I'm actually in a position to try them out. Hayward Golf is based down the road in Vancouver and offers a fairly wide range of clubs. A friend of mine has one of their wedges, and thus I'm able to see what it's like. But if I wasn't in this situation, the fact that Hayward Golf doesn't have a storefront, it's tricky to get an actual feel for them. Looking on the site, you can pick up a wedge for $140 Canadian. But let's try one in person and see how I get on with it. It's about 105 yards out here with the Hayward Golf, and this has got a pretty decent grind on it, and it's just, the club head's just a bit heavier as well. So, that's a perfect example here. I was going in the hole. Massive divots. And this is the problem. I mean, obviously, you can get these clubs in a different grind. I mean, it feels nice off the face. It just feels like a bit too heavy to actually use as a, a club. I'm not really sure I like how heavy it is as well. I mean, it's not like heavy, but it's noticeable. So I'm about the same distance as I was with the Vokey 56, which has less of a grind on it. And it's just going straight into the ground, and I'm losing distance. Or I could just top one straight to the green. I'm going to tear every course apart here if I keep playing with this club. So really what I'm learning here is that the Titleist website said I needed a D grind, which is like pretty off the back, kind of similar to this, I think. And this, in like, as they suggested, the 54, would just, yeah, it wouldn't be that useful. I seem to be losing just a few yards. I thought that was actually going to go in. But it does feel nice, it's very positive. But the more I use it, I just kind of feel fatigued. It's the strangest thing. So that time with the Hayward golf wedge, as you can see, 7 balls here, they're all over the place. And I hit them all pretty identically, I think. Taking away the issues with the grind here, I don't think the Hayward wedge is really going to be in the running, so my search continues. But if I'm going to take in a lot of clubs and be able to compare them all in one place, then a retailer like Golf Town is really going to be the answer for me. With stores all across Canada, they should have a bunch of options for me to try out, and in theory, I'll be able to find the combo that I'm after. It's worth noting that any brands or retailers that are featured in this video certainly haven't paid to be here. This is just me going out and buying some golf clubs. I headed to their North Vancouver location to check out my options. I'm also kind of hoping that they're going to be able to bend my 52 degree to 50, but let's see how time plays out. And as a bonus for my credit card, I'm going to need to pick up some other things while I'm down here. First up was trying out the 54 degree wedges that they had on offer. Using the suggestions from the Vokey website that I got earlier, I asked to try out an SM8 and a 54 with a D grind. I was helped out by Jake, who's one of their club fitters, and he questioned why having a D grind on the 54 would give me a benefit. Looking at what happened with the Hayward 56 on the approach shots and the huge divots, I kind of agreed with this. If I'm going to be in a position where I need to open up the club face, then I'm probably going to use my 60 degree lob wedge. I hit a few shots and the club felt pretty natural in my hand. Could be because I have been using one for quite a while and the weight is pretty similar, but I felt right at home with this wedge. I do like this. On the simulator, it says I'm hitting like 109, which would then fit in a lot better, I think, into the rest of my clubs. But you can't really, because this is taped, you can't really take the simulated numbers. So in some ways it's kind of pointless, but it feels really nice. This is the, I've used Vokeys many times before and they're really nice. Now, as I was hitting the 54 degree Vokey, out of the corner of my eye, I started to notice something happening in the store and decided I should focus my attention there. There's actually a ton of people here, and apparently with everyone starting to play golf again, carry bags are really popular, and I need a carry bag. And now I'm nervous that what I want is going to sell, so we're going to stop playing clubs. I'm going to stop playing clubs, I'm going to stop testing clubs, and I'm going to buy one. Wait, what was the one I wanted, Chris? Crap, I've forgotten already. Oh, that's a women's car bag anyway. That's not even the one I'm looking for. Chris, this is $290. Golf's expensive. Oh wait, hold on, that's better. 250. Oh, that's US dollars. Oh, that's no good, is it? That's kind of cool, but it's all, the gaps are too big. What's that one? Has that got a carry on it? No, that's the same one we just looked at. Oh wait, what's this one? 230. Is 230 a lot to spend on a golf bag?
Walmart make golf bags?
We are not going to Walmart for golf, Chris. That is outrageous. So you get waterproof head covers for when it rains. I won't play in the rain. I mean, that's kind of cool. I like the putter. That's the dream. The dream is to have a separate putter holder. It's US dollars again. I keep reading the wrong label. Okay, no, that doesn't have a stand. That doesn't have a stand. Has this got a stand? That's got a stand. How much is this one? How about I have loads of Cobra clubs already? That would be ridiculous. I can't have everything Cobra.
There you go.
That's $300, Chris. Okay, I think 230 might be the magic number here, isn't it? Yeah, I think this Callaway one, Chris, might be the one. Because number one, it's black. I think that's a pretty good price, probably. And it's got the separate putter holder. And it's got a handle and pockets. Is that what I should be looking for? I think it's what I should be looking for. Yeah, this is it, Chris. With my bag chosen, it was back to the simulator and time to try out my other options. I was given a 54 degree Wilson Staff wedge to try out, but I didn't quite have the same reaction as I did with the Vokey. No, don't like that. No. I don't know why. It's just like, it just feels really basic compared to the Vokey. Do you know what I mean?
I like to feel the Vokey more as well.
Yeah, I could tell that straight away. And my other option for a 54 degree was a Cleveland RTX4. Feels a bit heavier than the Vokey. Let's see how it goes. Oh. I'll take a few more shots than the Wilson. that's for sure. I don't know, I just don't think... I can start to feel the weight the more I use it, and I don't like it. Yeah, there's like, it's minimal difference, but... So the final decision was a pair of Vokey wedges. I went with the 54 and an F grind, and then I picked up a 60-degree lob wedge with a D grind and 12 degrees of bats. And Jake was even super helpful enough to bend my 52 to the 50, just as I had hoped. So I paid for my new clubs, along with my new golf bag, and picked up some other bits, and headed back to Squamish to try them out on familiar holes. I broke out the 60 degrees straight away and was relieved to see that this wedge gave me the touch that I was looking for. The grind and bounce combo gave me a bunch of confidence with getting those wristy flop shots up into the air. And I think with a bit more practice, I'll be able to gauge those landing spots pretty accurately. And I even put one in the hole on camera as a bonus. With some green work done, I was curious to see how my theory and the suggestions about the distance spacing would work out. So I paced out 3 golf balls, one at 96, one at 106, and one at 112 yards, away from the middle of the green to see how they worked out. So first up, the new 50-52, 120 yards. Hopefully this should fit right into the yardage equation. Oh, that's a beauty. Chris, get that on camera. Oh, it's pretty close, Chris. Right, success. 54, 107. Now I think I should probably be back a bit. There's no wind or anything. No, I'll call that thin. It's pretty much the same place as the 50. So this is the 60 with the D grind. So I'm expecting to really get under this big divot probably, but we'll see if we can get it close to the other 2 balls. Oh, there it was. I caught it a bit fat, but let's go and have a look, Chris. So this is where they ended up. We've got the 50 was the 52 over here, the 54 not far away, and then we've got the chunked lob wedge over here. I can see how I hit them all differently. I probably under-yarded myself. We're gonna do it one more time, Chris. I think I can get them closer. So, first up, the 50-52, 120 yards away. Went pretty well last time. Let's see if we can do the same thing again. It's not bad. A little bit thin, but I'll let myself off that one. Okay, 54, grip's a little bit wet. Dew's coming in, but 110, let's see how this one goes. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're gonna replace this divot right now, Chris. Final one, the 60 degree. Hopefully, don't catch this one as fat. That'd be the bunker. All right, much better. Let's replace this divot and go and check them out on the green. So here we are on the green, all 3 shots in a row to check these yardage gaps. And I'm pretty pleased. Like, I haven't really played golf for the last 10 years. I'm like 6 rounds in at this point. So we've got the 50 degree over on the top right, and we've got the 54, and then the lob wedge over here. Now, 50 degree, that's not bad. That came off the face really well, felt really positive. 54, I'd say that's average. So before we were hitting it from like 106, 107, and that was 110. So I think we're definitely in that 108 yard kind of area. And then the lob wedge, this is from 100 yards. And arguably, this is pretty much pin high. So now I've got a much better gauge on my yardages and the gaps between them. I think that suggestion of having a 54 and a 50 is pretty spot on. And that's gonna help my game no end. I'm very pleased with the decisions I made here and really excited to see how they work out on the course. If you'd like to follow my journey back to single figures, then hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, then the like button is right next to it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the course.